What is up, my fellow brother bears? I'm your host, the one and only Buddha Bear, and welcome to the Anime Den. And in today's video, we will be reading chapters 13 and 14 of the beginning after the end. So, if you're wondering where Black Bear is, these two chapters for the beginning after the end, aka TBATE, is usually is gonna just be me. There will only be two characters, and I'm voicing both. So I told Black Bear he could take today's video off, and we'll be seeing him next time on our Glipnir episode. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, and let's get started. Coming back with Art going through the cave to meet the mysterious voice who was calling to him and kind of guiding him over here. So let us see what Art is going to be getting into today. A lot of back screen, a lot of black screen. We got a little ad. Watch your step. Crack. And now Art's panicking because he's falling. Dirty feet. Art, wash your feet. Nasty. Nasty Art. And we're screaming. Doom. Dump. It's not doom. Dump. Poor Art. Man just fell mad far down. How is he still alive? Main protagonist. I forgot. He's protected by the plot armor. A warning that I was going to drop 2 stories down would have been nice. Crack. Thud. What could Art be looking at that would bring him into such fear? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Such an ominous presence has appeared. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, sorry. Bum, bum, bum. What is that? Bomb. He is facing the final boss. You may now cue the Dark Souls music. We finally meet Child. Boom, boom, boom. The beginning after the end. Story by Turtle Me and art by Fuyuki23. Color assistant by Satsu and quality control by Kisai Entertainment. Dun dun dun. That is by far the most intimidating thing. Because you gotta remember, Art might be like a 80-year-old man inside of the body of a kid, but that's gotta still be terrifying. The horns are on the top of the roof of the cave. Art is shooting himself right now. Bugs will fly into your mouth if you keep it open that wide. And if you're wondering, guys, remember, she is a female. That is a female character. Yeah, I know. Now the ominous hands going to grab little Art. Oh no. Nothing bad will happen. She's been helping him this entire time. Why would she do something bad now? Art, you know, you can like chill, my guy. Oh, what is this? A wound? But from what? And now you guys get to see the size comparison. So, yeah. Whoa. She's tall. It'll take some time for me to open a dimensional rift strong enough to transport you home. Art looks fatigued, scared, and all types of debuffed, I guess. There are special plants that will be able to nourish you until then. Them fruits be looking like devil fruits. My. Art is gonna be getting mad power. Thank you. I don't know why he questioned food. You don't question food, Art. You take it. This looks okay. Little Art looking into his reflection. And is remembering his family. What is that on that apple peel? How do you draw? How do you carve? Not even draw. How do you carve a face like that on a well, fruit? I guess it has to be fruit. that is a work of art. A work of art. And he snaps back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, and she's back. That one tastes better. She scares him. He pops it. Splat. Look at his face. Ah! And again, who wouldn't be if you just randomly came behind them? Oh, what a waste of food. I see. Munch. There's no sound effects, but we're adding munching effects. How smart is it when this is tall people advantage. When you have long fingers, you can use them as kebabs. So your fingers themselves can be used for kebab sticks. Boom. Now guess what? You just eat it, and guess what? You just fingers clean. Well, cleaner as they can be. Clean as they can be, I guess. Munch. I know you told me you were a lady, but is there a better way I can address you? My name is Sylvia. Sylvia, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Go ahead, little one, although I may not be able to answer everything. Hold up, I'm trying to get comfortable. With my initial fear from Sylvia's appearance slowly fading, I began to ask her all of the questions that had been on my mind since waking up from the fall. Where is this place? Why was she here all alone? Where did she come from? How did she get that wound? And why did she save me? All these questions are one at a time. Your first question is easy enough. This place is a narrow zone that rests between the Beast Glades and the forest of Elshire. Ashimpan City, Kingdom of Eleanor. Oh, if you guys don't know what's happening, this is a map. So this is the Ashfenian City, Kingdom of Eleanor, Zestir, Marlon Town, Beast Glades, Kingdom of Dar, Zyra City, and I'm assuming they are right there. They gotta be right there. No one knows of this place because I've been warding off anyone who comes close. Although those cases are rare in the first place. You, Arthur, are the first to enter into this domain. You can call me Art. My family calls me Art. It's short for Arthur. no, no, a big deal? Not a big deal. I think she was trying to put in. Very well. I shall also call you Art. As for your second question, I am here alone simply because I have no one left to be with. That's sad. I have many enemies that desperately wish for something that I have. So she's in hiding. My last battle with my enemies before I was able to escape left me with this wound. As for why I saved you, perhaps I was moved by your courage and sacrifice. Or perhaps I had simply grown lonely. But I don't fully understand why. My apologies, Art, but I will excuse myself for the night. My wound festers and I must be in a good condition when I work on the dimensional rift for tomorrow. Oh, okay. Good night, Sylvia. The eyes. As the fearsome figure clad in dark armor walked away, I couldn't help but think how lonely she appeared. Oh yeah, she looked mighty sad. I almost forgot. My sight is unable to reach exactly where they have gone. But your family and friends are safe. Oh, good. Guys, we at least know they're safe. And I'm pretty sure I did say that in the ending of my last video with Black Bear. But then again, I don't know how many of you guys actually make it that far. Just in case you weren't sure. Safe? Oh, my bad. Safe? They're safe. They're safe. But, you know, I'm kind of excited. Oh, excuse me. Apologies. Oh, that is the face of relief and happiness that his family is safe. Good for you, Art. Good A for the family. Thank you, Sylvia. And with that is chapter 13. So let's head over to chapter 14 to see what else happens for the day of the teleportation. So there's Art practicing with a stick. Sylvia trying to help him grab food. Looks like Sylvia's working on some magic. That could be the teleporter. Art sleeping. Sylvia and I spent hours talking about all sorts of things when she wasn't preparing the portal. Those hours blend into days, and those days into weeks, while we spent every moment in each other's company. And while Sylvia never spoke about her own life, I slowly began to understand what sort of person this mysterious being was. The Beginning After the End. Story by Turtle Me and art by Fiyuki23. Color assistance by Isatsu and quality control by Kisai Entertainment. There's Art meditating, working on his magic or his core. He's in heavy thought. Peak. Sylvia was the living embodiment of the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Contrary to her trauma-inducing appearance, she was kind, gentle, patient, and warm. Have you had a chance to dine yet, Art? These fruits are particularly savory and rarely grow elsewhere. Looks good. She reminds me of my mother in that she was gentle and kind, but firmly scolding me when I was wrong. I just remembered something unpleasant. There was a time when I expressed my animosity towards the bandits. Mr. Chap-lipped over there, they deserved worse deaths, if any of them made it out alive. Ooh, Art looks mighty angry. I'm going to hunt them down. Whack! She just flicked Art in the forehead. Art is gone. This man just came back to reality from a flick in the forehead. That man just went, oh, dud. What was that for? Art, perhaps you are not wrong in that those bandits deserve death. I chose not to save the mage you fell with for the same reason. Then why did you... However, letting your heart cloud with hatred and vengeance like this will only cause harm to yourself. Instead, continue on proudly with your life, with your gaze forward. Can't let that hatred overcome you, Art. It's bad. That's no good. You will come across misfortunes again, but don't let grief and rage corrode your mind. Learn from them and face the future with a smile. Now you see, this is why I love this manga, because they throw out meaningful messages that, you could take to heart, really. Same goes for me. There's definitely days from I'm watching videos and I, or in Instagram, and I particularly go on a certain video or a certain thing that, it's not the greatest of videos, and it's usually dealing with people doing something horrible, and kind of feel, I get that hatred and kind of start thinking badly for them. But just like Sylvia said, you can't let that kind of hatred corrode your mind, because then you start to think evil, and then that's how that phrase, you either die a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain. But it's kind of shorter in the phrase. Back to this though. Only then will you truly be victorious. Did I flick you too hard? Does it still hurt? Art? I love how she flicks him, gives him a message and then makes sure he's okay. Sylvia. She's perfect. And you can tell, even though she has a menacing face and stuff, you could still tell it's a worrying face and that she's caring for him. Being lectured on morals and life by a figure that appeared to be the epitome of evil had oddly stricken me deeply. Art. Why don't you eat the fruit? I'm sorry. Why don't you eat the fruit? Is something wrong? Eh? No. I'm fine. Hmm? Sylvia. Sylvia, your wound. It looks like it's getting worse. Do not worry, little one. This wound festers from time to time. Is that really the case? Oops. Also, I've been meaning to ask. Hmm? It was my understanding that humans usually awaken around the age of 12 or 13. How have you formed your mana core already able to utilize mana more efficiently than many full-fledged mages? My parents said I'm a genius. Then perhaps you will be able to learn it. Learn what? Grow. To meditate and absorb mana while moving and perhaps while fighting if you're good enough. How are you doing that? She's grinning. Humans have very linear mindsets in regards to mana. Just start with small, mindless movements and work your way up from there. Easier said than done. Mana beasts learn to do this naturally, but since humans usually awaken much later, their bodies aren't able to do this sort of multitasking. Considering this latter effect doesn't apply to you if you practice hard enough, you should be able to succeed. I'll do my best. Now that's the face. That's the face of motivation. I found it. As you should. That is adorable. Little chibi version of Sylvia laughing. Sylvia's working on the teleportation. Art's focusing on mana. Art falling. Practicing this skill to its fullest essentially meant being able to fight proficiently while still maintaining a steady inward flow of mana. It's a lot of hard work. Boy gripping his wooden stick. Swing, swing. Stab. It can't be. Sylvia, I did it! Thud. Oh no! No! Sylvia! And that is where we're going to end it for today. Yes, I know, cliffhanger. Sylvia just falling onto the floor, looking like her wound festered even more, and it looks like blood is starting to come out. Art is now in a panic state. What will happen next chapter? Obviously, I've already read it, and Black Bear isn't here, so there's no way for anyone else to theorize on what could happen next. All I can say is that this is where Art has to take the ultimate step forward, and where he's going to have to realize something big, well, something that happens naturally and that we have to usually face even now. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow brother bears. I don't know why I said that. My fellow brother bears, it's time to close this out. I'm your host, the one and only Buddha Bear, and I will be seeing you guys in the next episode. But before that, I've messed up my entire ending. First, let me thank you again for tuning in with me here in the Anime Den. And if you just realized now, I'm not wearing my Buddha Bear necklace. I have no idea where it went. I'll find it later. Catch you guys Sunday, or actually Monday, for Gleipnir. Laters.